Okay, so if you know the title and picture, it's SCP Doctors, or Doctors in SCP Foundation. The SCP Foundation is usually the main character itself, universal in apply, but there's famous figures like Dr. Bright. There will be a little bit more explanation why Dr. Bright will only be used on this episode, and why it shouldn't be used in any stories. Dr. Gears and also the Dr. Bright, Dr. Gears, and I'll remember his name later. But yeah, Dr. Gear. Oh yeah, let's do first Dr. Okay, so let me say, you already know the title and everything, why I'm stuttering and everything, but this is SCP Doctors. Usually, the SCP Foundation itself is the main character in the organization. Why? Because it's the SCP Foundation. But sometimes there are famous characters that apply to many different stories, almost like a canon character. Not ready because there could be always a organization, a world that you create on the wiki that does have those doctors, but they're kind of like nearly universal. The three that anyone who only lightly skims the SCP Foundation would say is Dr. Cleff, Dr. Gears, and the most famous one, Dr. Bright, which is a little bit controversial to say the least. And it won't be said any other video but this video, the Dr. Bright name. There might be Shaw, with the new name for a character that's basically nearly the same as Bright. But let's go to the things that I'll be saying in this video. Dr. Cleff. Dr. Cleff is an enigmatic figure in the Foundation's history. He used to be a part of the GOC. He has SCP-166, the nature goddess daughter thing. I'll explain it. She's this girl that is religious but has a power that basically utter mystifies basically any man in her sight. If you see her, you'll be addicted to her. And 70% of men, the effect is unable to be removed, even through amnesty. Have to be terminated. But she is a innocent girl that also has very nature goddessy effects. The Foundation cell she's in is staffed with women only. Dr. Cleff has many different things. One of the things is that you find out that the SCP is actually his daughter. I'll summarize the note that he left for his daughter. Basically, she's the reason why he went to the Foundation in the first place. He used to be the GOC operative. The thing that happened to not truly hurt him was not the termination of her mother for trying to turn humanity into the Neolithic age, trying to turn the world back into the Neolithic age, but that she, as the baby, has to see her mother get terminated. Okay, why I'm saying it as grim as possible? Because he's very wacky, and entertaining and fun. To essentially describe everything, the Doctor is a cowboy type. To essentially say, gun-ho on anything and everything. He has a innate feel that is able to be very resistant to reality benders. He does not know why, but it's essentially make him invaluable against reality benders. To essentially simplify, reality benders are type greens in the SCP Foundation. What is a type green? The type green and blue is a type of reality alteration. To simplify it, magic in the SCP universe exists as reality alteration. There are two types in a certain way that we'll just simplify here. Type green is, I think, remembering the reality benders, ones who have no backlash with their magic. And type blues are thaumaturgy, magicians, but you have to sacrifice something or other stuff in order to do the power. It's basically a certain stuff of blah 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 blah. But simplified. This is not a reality benders video. Reality benders, essentially, depending on the human level, can grow stronger or weaker. Higher the human level, higher than 20, has reality benders, can bend reality more than a baseline human, which is 20, which means humans can't bend reality. Higher than 20, reality bender. Why I'm saying this? Just because I have time to fill in. Okay, just a little interruption. So back to the thing, just because the last thing I would want to talk about Dr. Cleff won't be talked about now because I don't know it would be kind to the YouTube algorithm, or the YouTube algorithm would be kind to me. Okay, so I don't know to talk about that. So I'm just filling up the Cleff section of stuff with about most of the well-known facts of Cleff stuff. But let's go to this. Okay, Dr. Gears. Oh, Dr. Gears. Dr. Gears is the next one. Dr. Gears is a man totally dedicated to the Foundation and their work. Why? Because he doesn't really truly care. He's the most comically cartoon. Gray tie is too colorful for him. It has to be pure beige. No coffee with no sugar. Or coffee with sugar, but the exact nanograms of sugar, down to the nanograms. And the most rigorous of all the famous Foundation doctors. Sorry. Unlike the other two, they're not essentially psychopathic in essentially the energy, which means not as fun stories. But you could hear Dr. Gears a lot, especially to one other character, the Black Queen, by remembering. There's a place, a group of interest called the Wanderers Library. Wait, not a group of interest, but place called the Wanderers Library. The group of interest of the Serpent Hand organization that will free anomalies from secrecy or elimination. Basically against especially Marshall Carter Dark, the Foundation, and the GOC, especially the GOC, in essentially freeing the anomalies from the trap of the veil of normalcy. Why did I say those three? Okay, I almost went into a rant. That will be later for possibly another video or short. Basically, it's kind of free anomalies thing, but it's basically. Why am I saying basically? Did you guys notice the thing? Let's see if I count the basicallys. So let me just focus. There are a certain key characteristic of each and every major group of interest. These characteristics make them powerful. The GOC is supposed to be the most official anonymous organization. The SCP Foundation is usually the most erotistic, old, or organization that lets the government have more easiness in controlling anomalies, except for in the GOC's playbook. So blah blah blah. The Foundation's size, the GOC's officiality, basically authority. Marshall Carter and Dark's money for being an organization of only 100 people. Each member of the Marshall Carter and Dark organization is over an organization. Okay, I hope I edit this out. Is working in an organization that has more money than enough money to buy the Foundation twice over. So probably something like tens of trillions across multiple worlds, and holds basically invaluable keys. Though that's mostly thanks to. Wait, why am I spoiling another video? Okay, I should stop yapping. Okay, so I decided to just calm down. I'll make a short about this aspect. So let me just kind of explain it more simply. The last thing, the Serpent's Hand has a advantage of not being the biggest, not having the most official authority, or having ridiculous amounts of money. What advantage they have is that they can appear anywhere, and they're effectively completely uncentralized. They're mostly groups that get the moniker, and is somewhat self-regulating in some level of use. So basically, they can be demonic cult worshippers to basically the thing that I said before. This group is one of the most main and influential groups out of all the Serpent Hand. Mostly because they're the group out of the Serpent Hand that most deals with the Foundation. Why? Because the ones who populate the group is the Dr. Gears' daughter, or the Black Queen. She's Dr. Gears' daughter. In basically nearly every timeline possible, Dr. Gears will always leave his family to fully join the SCP Foundation, because he's like that. And that'll always give her the pure hatred against the SCP Foundation and and her father for abandoning her. And this group essentially is just different timeline versions of her that traveled around all the multiverse using the Wanderer's Library, an extra-dimensional space of an infinite library containing all information in the multiverse. And they're the Little Sisters, the group that is the most influential to the Foundation. Actually, the Foundation had a little bit of a problem at first of realizing the Serpent's Hand. First, they tried to do many raids and attacks on the Serpent's Hand, but they realized it's basically unkillable because the organization is so decentralized that it's basically nothing but several circles and groups of different people and users. You gotta get it. Okay, that's the most I can say about Dr. Gears, except for I might put SCP that it works on. If I had to put that, then too lazy to put that in editing. Okay, so dun 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 dun. If anyone knows about other SCPs, you know his name. Dr. Bright. Dr. Bright, the one with 963. The medallion. The medallion created by a mysterious cult member that killed himself to try to gain his soul in the medallion, but you had to be killed in order to actually have the medallion gain your soul into. Blah blah blah. And the medallion's power is you're bind with the soul permanently, but basically any living thing that wears it, basically you can possess animals, peoples, men, women, children. Bright has possessed them all, and in 30 days, he gains a copy of his consciousness in a clone body. This can be very dangerous on getting an army of Dr. Brights. And if you know Dr. Bright, the SCP Foundation will crumble with an army of him. Even though he is a loyal Foundation employee, he is very wacky because he knows he can't be killed, and he has so much family trauma that, well, I won't really be talking about him in this video, so basically, but the man and everything who we only talked about here right now, so let's just enjoy this. There's a whole list of what he should not be doing in the Foundation. Actually, I might put the list up. I might actually put a video of a list up. There's several videos that are not canon, but are incredibly funny. I mean, like one, it can basically put you dead to rights, laughing your ass off. Why? Because it's so funny you can't even quantify all the different jokes. You'll just be laughing, even if you don't understand it. It's basically, as long as you know Dr. Bright, even that, you can still find it funny. That's just how funny it is. And the more you know, the more funny it is. It's like an infinite loop. So if you know so much about SCPs and know everything on that list in SCPs, it will not even be put that funny. It might be like, you cannot watch it in one sitting without laughing to the point you can't breathe. Because the more you know, the more funny it is. And trust me, it's too funny. But anyway, let me stop getting into rambling. I wanted to put the Dr. Bright controversy. The reason why, if you look at YouTube, there's not been a lot of Dr. Bright stuff. If you look at a certain point, there's partly a reason behind this. The creator, Dr. Bright, how do I say this, is a Minecraft YouTuber. If you get it. Harassing several women, including ones who are underage. Minecraft YouTuber. Wink, wink. Minecraft YouTuber. And the SCP Foundation the SCP Foundation Wiki had to essentially kick him out. And there was a dilemma. Should Dr. Bright be eliminated out of the wiki? Which is a major part. He's in so many stories because he's quite funny, quite other stuff, and in post-retrospect, some of his stuff was some kind of weird, I'll just say, something. So, it was decided for the woman to safely enjoy the wiki and for him to not get any respect and validation. I won't even say his name. I don't know my name, I don't know his actual name. He was, his most famous creation, Dr. Bright, was actually eliminated off the site. Yeah. Not just eliminated off the site. Some stories, because Dr. Bright was that big. Some of you that are watching this that know just the barest amount, less than 10 videos about the SCP Foundation and never touched anything else on there, you know Dr. Bright, Dr. Jack Bright. So they did a replacement character, Dr. Elias Shaw, a kind of replacement filler thing. It's not as like it doesn't sound as catchy. It's like American trying to. When I found out, even still, it's like American looking at the metric system. Even with the fact that the metric system is, sadly, I'm American. I have to say it. The metric system is sadly better. It's better. It's technically better. It's technically better. Even though the imperial system is the American system, it is technically better. And even if you fully dive into the metric system, you always think about the imperial system in calculations. It's the same thing with the Elias Shaw. So what do you need, Dr. Jack Bright? And all the stories. Laughing at all the not how to do things in the Foundation. Actually, remember when I was going to put up any video about Dr. Bright? I won't do that now. I won't do that now. I remember. So, it's still hard. When I learned that news, I learned that fact. Well, if you're looking at this at YouTube, you wouldn't know. Let me just cover up. Whew. Dr. Jack Bright. With this one, this counts all the different doctors. Oh, the 3 different doctors. There's all different types of doctors that are used multiple in articles, but this is the one that YouTube audience who barely knows about the Foundation and the YouTube audience that don't know at all about the Foundation would need to know. And I should have stretched the video out for about 10 minutes at least. Okay, go back to the